Christian Walker to the Houston Astros, Kratz. That is some quick work. Jim Bowden reporting the deal done. Many others reporting how serious talks were going down, and it happened fast. So Walker is a veteran first baseman on the older side in the age curve that many front offices like to go down. But I will say this. If I was Dana Brown, GM of the Houston Astros, and I was given parameters to work with, right, not an unlimited budget, this is how I would do the offseason. He is getting aggressive, and he comes from the Braves organization where most off seasons, they are aggressive as well, right? So it's
get it done early.
We can't sign up Tucker long-term, got to trade him. Paredes helps us at third. Final offer to Bregman, it ain't happening. Let's get Arenado. He doesn't want to come here. Okay, Christian Walker, 2 days later.
Can I say that maybe this wasn't their plan and they've been kind of reeling and kind of making like they got punched with the whole with the whole Juan Soto thing? The whole Juan Soto thing signing, seeing what it's going to cost us to sign Tucker back. Bregman's talks haven't been going as well as we hoped. I think there's a world where they wanted to keep Tucker, keep Bregman, sign Bregman back, extend Tucker, and then find a first baseman, maybe not as pricey as Christian Walker. We don't know what the numbers are yet, but they've kind of pivoted. They might not get Bregman, traded Tucker. Now they go and get Walker. This could spark, hey, you know what? Arenado, you still in? Because I heard he's not out. He's just out right now.
What do you think about the fit?
I think the fit is great for Christian Walker because of the extra dingers he's going to hit in the Crawford boxes. But he's not just a pull hitter. He's not Paredes. He can spray the ball everywhere. I think it was 6. I think the number was 6 extra homers from last year. Obviously, the pitch guy's different, but he's a veteran hitter that can change his swing. I remember he's not Lance Berkman, but Lance Berkman would swing differently right-handed in Houston than he did when we faced him in Pittsburgh. He was that good, and veteran hitters are that good. So to me, I think it's a great pickup for him. I think it's a great pickup for the team. I'm a little concerned because of the last 4, if it's a 4-year contract, the last 4 4-year contracts of 34 years and older are Josh Donaldson. The last 2 years didn't end too well. Ben Zobrist, Nelson Cruz, that's a little, yiggity there, and Victor Martinez. All aged out of that a little bit. The benefit here, he plays unbelievable defense at first base, which is really hard to do in the sense of scoring defensive runs saved. He's the best there is, so you're getting gold over there, which improves the rest of your infield defense.
And we got some money from Bob Nightingale. He says 3 years, $60 million, 20 a year. Makes a ton of sense.
Love that.
He was pushing. There were some reports when I was reading some of the notes. He's pushing for 4. That's what you should do. If you've got multiple 3s, you go for 4. Didn't seem like anyone was going for 4. Doesn't want to wait and says, okay, I'll take the best 3 or the 3 on the team that I like the best. So he'll live $20 million a year for 3 seasons for Christian Walker, who finally hits free agency, like you said, at this age. And the Astros had Jose Abreu. They invested 3 years at a somewhat similar price for Abreu, and he completely hit the skids. Age got the best of him out of baseball. They cut him early last year. They go with a vet. Not everybody's the same. Like you said, I could see Christian Walker doing really well, aging better, hard hit numbers off the charts, pick on the Crawford boxes, play top 3 first base D in baseball. The position matters to the Astros. I think that part's clear. And now they've locked their corner infield in. Walker at first, Isaac Paredes at third. They can handle the outfield now, being that they lost Tucker. But this is good work by the team in my mind. This is a team that does not want to go take a step back. And by replacing Tucker with Paredes and Walker, they're not Kyle Tucker, but that is a really, really good start to an offseason to replace those 2 in the lineup. Obviously, it's not just Tucker. I'm talking about Bregman now too. Huge, huge losses. But come on. Does anyone think the Astros won't be competitive for a playoff spot this year?
No, nobody expects that. Nobody expects that. They always step up somehow. And they don't just step up because they have a trash can, save that. They don't just step up because they have good players. It's because the front office is willing to make moves and ownership is willing to make moves that might not be the best. Kyle Tucker was a very well-liked player in that clubhouse and in that fan base. He's not signing back. Let's pivot. Let's figure out how to keep this team really good. And for Astro fans who are worried, oh no, Jose Abreu, now we just got another aging first baseman. Astros fans and Astros hope to sign Jose Abreu for what he did the 2 years prior to coming to Houston, when he was 14th and I think 19th in the MVP voting. Still a very viable player at age 34 and 35. Christian Walker will play his first 2 years at 34 and 35. Jose Abreu came in at 36 and got released at 37. So there's not a similarity in the players, just the age. And so that, to me, is where a 3-year deal is so awesome. 4 years, it gets a little stretchy there, but I love that for the Astros. And at $20 million, whew, I'd like to see what some other teams offered. I bet the Red Sox were in.
Yeah. Sounded like the Yankees were not in. So Bob Nightingale also put out that they were interested in Walker, but didn't want to lose a draft pick in compensation. They're still focused on Paul Goldschmidt and Carlos Santana. Also, side note, draft pick sounds like a cute excuse. The other two players I just mentioned, not costing 3 years, $60 million. So there's probably a money factor there. I mean, really, we're that concerned about the draft pick? The Astros have lost plenty of draft picks, and they're always picking at the back of the draft, too. They've lost draft picks because of the scandal from years back, and their farm system is not good, yet they say, yeah, we're worried about today and 2025. So they lose their second and fifth highest picks for the 2025 draft. They'll get a fourth-round compensation pick back for losing Bregman, because that's the other part of the equation here, Kratz. That's it. Close the book on Alex Bregman and his Astros career. For me, I think they actually knew this for a while, and they were doing the token, let's leak the offer. Here's Ken would almost certainly mean Bregman's gone from Houston and that Arenado won't end up there. Astros would go with Walker at first and Paredes at third. 6 years was not going to get it done. I mean, Bregman's going to get at least 7, potentially 8, depending on who the team is and if they want to stretch the average annual value out, and closer to $200 million. The Astros were in the mid 100s. It's a very solid offer. It's really good public optics, but it wasn't going to happen. And then they don't even wait to see if they could find common ground or, if he was going to end up going back there. It's done, right? They're moving on. I think they knew they were not going to be close enough in the running for this player.
For sure. And I think it probably comes down to those years. While a team may not offer a ton more, they can offer it more in years. I was just looking to see, what 8 for 200 comes out to easy 25. If you look at like 180 for 7, again, you're at the 25 range. Astros might be willing to do 25, but if they're not willing to go, I forget what their number was before.
6. They won't go above 6.
6 years. So you're talking a significant, you're getting the 150 range. And what did they say they offered? 56? 156?
156 was the offer that they purposely floated out to reporters.
So he might get 180 for 7, 180 for 8. That's a significant amount of money. It's another $25 million, but it's stretched. So he's not getting the AAV. I think he wants the most money. And like Chipper Jones said the other day, the other day, any year that you let a free agent go, they get to see what else is out there, and they get courted, and they might fall in love.
Well, let's be real. The real reason, Todd Father, what's up, that the Astros signed Christian Walker is that they think they're going to be a World Series team next year, and they think they're going to face the Dodgers. And there is nobody better to face the Dodgers on the entire planet, and maybe in Major League history, than Christian Walker.
Yeah, first off, sorry, guys. Had a little technical problem there. Now I'm good to go.
You're good. You look good.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys hit on this, but the first thing that comes to my mind is Nolan Arenado. I mean, have you guys hit on that a little bit?
Not enough. Tell us, how quick was this pivot? And Arenado doesn't get to go back to Houston anymore, and later on in the offseason go, I'll take it. I'll take a few extra $1 million, no state income tax, and join a contender.
Yeah, exactly. So is the grass always greener? You take a chance. Sometimes you roll the dice and, could backfire on you, could not. I mean, now you got Christian Walker, the guy's absolute stud. Yeah, this is a pivotal swing for the Astros. We knew they were going to do something. We knew they were going to find a way, especially seeing what they did last year. They got rid of a couple key cogs, and man, this is a big time pickup for them. And that left field, what is it? The Crawford boxes? Beware, he's going to scoop that jelly all day over there. This kid is an unbelievable athlete, and he's a star. And you said it, he dominates the Dodgers. So we'll see if he could do it in a different uniform.
And lastly, just one other thing, then we'll hit the break. Todd Father, we were talking right at the finish line here about Bregman. That's it. You're going to see Bregman in a different uniform next year. He's going to be with maybe Boston, maybe the Yanks, maybe Detroit, but it's not going to be the Houston Astros.
Yeah. So one chapter has to come to an end. I mean, when you read a book, at the finish, there's always a finish line. There's always a new chapter too, as well, in the next book they make. And for him, we'll see where he goes. This is very interesting. Now they turned from Soto now to Bregman and a couple other guys. So, oh boy, interesting holiday season coming up here. Maybe something happens sooner than later, but I got a feeling it'll be like the calm before the storm once the new year comes around.
Yeah, hopefully everyone chills for a week. Give the front offices a break.